On a stormy night, February 14, 2000, 9-year-old Asha Degree packed her book bag not with homework but with family photos, her favourite New Kids on the Block t-shirt, and a book called The Whipping Boy. Then she quietly slipped out of her family's home in Shelby, North Carolina, and into the wind and rain. What happened next has become one of the most baffling and heartbreaking mysteries in recent history. Asha was a bright, shy and responsible child, known to be cautious of strangers and afraid of the dark. Her family described a happy, normal weekend leading up to her disappearance. They attended church, ate dinner and went to bed. A power outage had occurred earlier that evening, but by the time Asha's father, Harold, checked on her and her brother around 2:30 a.m, they were both sound asleep in their shared room. Sometime between that check and her mother, Aquila, waking up at 5:45 a.m. to get the kids ready for school, Asha vanished. There were no signs of forced entry, no clues left behind. The first break in the case came from motorists who had been driving along Highway 18 in the early morning hours. Multiple drivers reported seeing a small girl in a white t-shirt and white pants walking along the side of the road, heading south, away from her home. One driver, Roy Blanton, was so concerned that he circled back 3 times. The last time he approached her, the little girl ran off the road and into the dark, wooded area, disappearing from sight. This was around 4:15 a.m, just a few miles from her home. It was the last confirmed sighting of Asha Degree. The community rallied immediately. Hundreds of volunteers joined law enforcement in a massive search of the area where Asha was last seen. They combed through the woods, followed every lead, and plastered her face on flyers across the country. But days turned into weeks and weeks into months with no sign of Asha. Her family was devastated, unable to comprehend why their daughter would leave the safety of her home in the middle of a storm. They were certain she didn't run away. They believed she may have been lured out, perhaps by someone she knew and trusted. A year and a half later, in August 2001, a construction worker discovered a significant piece of evidence. Buried more than 26 miles away from where Asha was last seen in Burke County was her book bag. It was double wrapped in plastic trash bags. Inside were her clothes and personal items. The discovery was a chilling development. Why was her bag buried so far away? And why was it so carefully wrapped? The location deepened the mystery, suggesting someone had gone to great lengths to hide this link to her disappearance. More recently, investigators have focused on 2 other items found inside the bag that did not belong to Asha. A Dr. Seuss book, McElligot's Pool, which had been checked out from a library at a nearby elementary school, and a concert t-shirt for the band New Kids on the Block. These items may have been planted, a clue to who she was with or what happened to her. In 2016, the FBI reignited the case, announcing a potential new lead. They believed Asha may have gotten into a dark green. Early 1970s Lincoln Continental Mark IV or a Ford Thunderbird from the same era. This information, though decades old, offered a new avenue for investigation and a renewed sense of hope. The FBI and local authorities have offered a substantial reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person responsible for her disappearance. Today, Asha Degree is known as the Shelby's sweetheart. Her case remains open and active. Her parents, Harold and Aquila, have never given up hope. They still live in the same house, keeping Asha's room just as she left it, waiting for the day their daughter comes home. For over 2 decades, they have held vigils, spoken to the media, and pleaded for answers. The mystery of what happened on that rainy Valentine night continues to haunt this small North Carolina community in a nation that still wonders, where is Asha Degree? If you have any information, no matter how small you think it is, please contact the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office or the FBI. Someone somewhere knows what happened. It's time to bring Asha home. Thank you for watching.